Yo, what's going on, you guys? Your boy Pwny Montana, and in this video, we're going to be going over the top 3 stadium home field advantages to give you guys that extra edge in whatever Madden 25 game you guys are playing. Now, before I get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below on anything you guys want to see on the channel, and hit that noti bell so you guys never miss an upload. And if you guys got nothing to say down in the comment section, just comment FTA. Stands for the algorithm, and it helps push these videos to more and more people. This is not going to be a long video. We're just going to be going over the top 4 stadium home field advantages. For those of you guys who don't know, if you equip a certain stadium with the specific uniforms for that team stadium, you will end up having a home field advantage, whether you guys are playing Madden Ultimate Team or whether you guys are playing Regs. These advantages on some of these teams are a little OP, and that's exactly what we're going to be going over. The top 3/4, I do have an honorable mention that I think is I have a few honorable mentions that are very important in this game, in my opinion, but we're going to start off with the Bills. Now, these effects only take place when you're the home team. So the away team also has the chance to give you a very bad home field advantage. So be wary of that, because sometimes some people might not even know that this is a thing. But again, home field advantage is very big in this game, depending on what team you guys are using. So we're gonna start off with the Bills, and I will leave a link in the description so you guys can see all of these teams for yourself to pretty much pick which kind of home field advantage you'd like to use on your team. But we're going to start off with the Bills, and the Bills home field advantage is the away team's kicking arc moves erratically. So pretty much picture being iced every single time you're going for a kick. That's exactly what the Bills kind of situation does. It's just it moves so fast that it's very difficult to kick your field goals, and it makes it frustrating, especially if you're not looking for your kick meter to actually be a little sporadic. It's very annoying. It's very frustrating, but it makes it so that you end up being very frustrated when it comes to this. Now, number 2 on this list of the best home field advantages, we're gonna go all the way down to the Titans. Now, the Titans have improved blocking and avoids holding penalties. Now, what does this mean? This is pretty much probably the best one. It makes it so that if you go on your coaching adjustments and you go into aggressive blocking, you will not get any penalties for holding, which is the only downside to going on aggressive blocking. So if you're rocking the Titans unis and you're rocking the Titans stadium and you're home, you should get 0 holding penalties. You go straight ahead to your coaching adjustments and you put it on aggressive, and you should not get any kind of holding penalties. It's one of the best things that you guys can do in this game. Now, the last one, there's some that are copy and paste. Okay, so kind of like this right here, we got the Steelers, terribly distracting. Away teams' hot routes have a chance to fail on 3rd and 4th down. It's the same as the Saints, and I think this is going to be the number 3 in my opinion. When you have certain players that are so used to their hot routes working, this is going to result in loss of yardage from penalties being made, because they have to sit there and redo their hot routes over and over again until they work. And sometimes when you're playing a good player, when you're playing a competitive player, and they have their audibles and their hot routes and all of that down to a science, disrupting their timing on all of that is going to help tremendously. This is something that a lot of people kind of fail to realize, but as soon as their hot routes are failing or their audibles are failing, then a lot of the times that's going to be literally huge when you're trying to play defense, because instead of them having a drag, they're going to end up putting a streak on the field, and it's going to mess up their timing. It's going to mess up their routes. It's going to mess up their route concept. The entire play, especially on 3rd and 4th down, that's huge. That's 2 huge down. That's 50% of the downs that you're going to end up playing a competitive player, because we all know it's a 4th down situation. No matter who it is that you're playing in Madden, no one really punts unless it's like a 4th and 30 situation. So for you guys to be able to pretty much ruin someone's audibles, this is huge for the game. Now, honorable mention, I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Chiefs, because again, it's the same exact situation. Away team audibles have a chance to fail, so when they're trying to flip their play, when they come out of the huddle or audible into some weird formation that's gonna be very, very frustrating or annoying for you guys to utilize or face against, now they end up having a chance for it to fail, and that is extremely frustrating. Now, the only other teams that I would suggest you guys testing out or using will be any team that affects the stamina or the acceleration of the team. So you got the Broncos, who the away team has less stamina. Stamina is important in this game. It's extremely frustrating to see yellow or orange when it comes to trying to run a play on the field. And when your team loses stamina, all of a sudden they can't run routes properly, they can't throw the ball properly, you can't roll out of the pocket as efficiently as you once could. Even on the defensive side, you can't press the way that you normally can. You can't run man coverage the way that you normally can. And you will start to get burnt over the top, especially if your fatigue is low. And again, any one of these teams where the fatigue is lowering is huge. Not necessarily in the red zone, but more so like just in general. So you got the Chargers, who have bolt up, and their home team accelerates slightly faster. And for those of you guys who don't know, acceleration is almost just as important as speed in this game. So anything that pretty much ruins the speed of any of the players that are on the field, that's going to be some kind of home field advantage that you're going to want to use. But again, to me, the best ones are going to be where you're disrupting the hot routes, because you're disrupting the entire timing of someone's play, and the Bills with the kicking, and the Titans with the automatically being on aggressive blocking, because you won't get any holding penalty calls. These are the top 3 home field advantages that you guys could use in Madden 25 to get that slight advantage over your opponent. Again, make sure you guys are looking at all of these. I will leave the link to this down in the description so you guys can see it for yourself. But there's so many decent ones that you guys can utilize, and it will definitely help you guys out. Now, the last honorable mention that I kind of want to mention, and it's the Raiders, I believe. No, it's not the Raiders, it's the Ravens and the Falcons. The Falcons have Rise Up, and then the Ravens have Ravens Flock. What this does is it improves pass defense. And in this game, not many people have good pass defense. It just slightly increases like the awareness and things of that nature of the defensive players that are on the field. So if you have somebody who's got 90 zone and 90 man coverage, it's gonna bump those players up just a little bit, so that you end up getting a few extra stops, or just your defender being in the vicinity to get a stop in the first place. So again, those are my 2 honorable mentions aside from the stamina ones. It's just these are so important to make sure that you guys get right for your team. So as you can see, even the Lions have Motor City. They accelerate slightly faster, just like the Chargers. So there are a lot of usable teams that you guys can utilize with this, but there are some that are just completely just useless. Like I believe, I'm a Colts fan, so I still use the Colts stadium and their uniforms. But as you can see, the Colts one, it's just not that great. It's literally, you can just see the hat count via the coach cam. That doesn't really do anything for me specifically, especially playing in a competitive setting. But again, take a look at these. Again, they will be down in the description so you guys can see them for yourself. But lab a couple of these up. Let me know which stadium you guys are using, or which advantage you think is the best, because I personally think that the Titans is probably the best in the game because of the aggressive blocking. You don't get penalties, and that's huge in this game. My name is Pwny Montana. Hopefully you guys appreciate this video. I will see you guys in the next one. And as always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.